Hello, hello, this is Vexx, and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. You may recall in our last video we continued to explore the lower city, mainly the bounty hunter's office right here where we ended off. Well, let's continue searching through this cantina, and, well, then continue looking through the undercity. Hey, got a... who's this over here? Oh, it's a cutscene.
I told you to leave me alone. So give me some space, Bug-Eye. Your breath smells like bantha poodoo.
Little girl should not be in bar. This is no place for little girl. If little girl smart, she'd run away home. Now.
Who you calling little girl, Chuba Face?
Little girl needs lesson in manners.
Just a sec, boys. Zalbar, a little help here? I need you to rip the legs off some insects.
Mission, I'm busy. They just brought me food.
Quit complaining. You can finish eating later. Besides, you need the exercise, so get over here.
We don't want trouble with Wookiee. Our problem with you, little girl.
You got a problem with me? Then you got a problem with Big Z. So unless you want to take on my furry friend, I suggest you greenies hop on out of here.
Little girl lucky she has big friends. Oh. Isn't that interesting? You got a Twi'lek, who's apparently a little girl, and a big bad Wookiee. I'm kind of interested. Let's go talk with them.
I don't recognize you, and I know pretty much everyone in the lower city. You must be new down here. I guess that makes me and Big Z your official welcoming committee.
Hey, we speak the same language, or that's weird, a Twi'lek who speaks Galactic Basic. I'm gonna go with, hey, we speak the same language.
It's not that strange. Most aliens can speak Basic, they just prefer to use their own language. But I grew up here on Terra, so I just sort of got used to speaking the native tongue.
You showed a lot of guts dealing with those Vulkars, kid. You got a name?
My name's Mission Veo, and this big Wookiee is my best friend Zalbar. I'd offer to give you a tour, but the streets down here aren't safe. But if there's anything else you need...
How did Carth know that those guys were Vulkars? Odd, but let's ask her. How do a Wookiee and a Twi'lek street urchin end up best friends?
We just kind of fell in together. It ain't easy on your own here in the lower city. Everyone's always looking to push you around.
So we noticed. Still, you seem like an odd pair.
When I met up with Zalbar, it seemed like a pretty good match. I knew we could look out for each other. With my street smarts and his muscle, we make a great team.
I want to ask you some questions.
Well, you came to the right person. If you want info on Lower Terrace, I'm the one to talk to. Davik, the Lower City gangs. I even got the scoop on that bounty hunter, Calo Nord.
Ooh, Calo Nord. He's that bounty hunter we saw who was counting when those guys tried to talk to him. Again, we could ask him, how did they become friends? But he's just going to say the same thing again. Let's ask about Davik.
Davik's part of the Intergalactic Crime Syndicate, but I guess everyone knows that. But I hear he's got a new ship for his smuggling operations. The Ebon
Ooh, a
Hawk.
ship?
I don't know much about space travel, but I hear that ship's fast enough to break the Sith blockade. Of course, this is all just secondhand rumor.
Where would he keep it, do you know?
If Davik does have a ship, he's got it locked up in his estate. Nobody gets in there, except the people working for Davik and the Exchange.
Well, it sounds like we're out of luck then, because we don't work for either. But the fact that this Davik has a ship that might be able to get past that blockade is pretty interesting. Wonder if that's how we might make our way off this planet. But, well, that's neither here nor there at this moment. Let's ask about the lower city gangs.
There's only two gangs worth worrying about here in the lower city. The Black Vulkars and the Hidden Beks. Sometimes Zalbar and I hang out at the Beck base. The Becks are led by Gadden Beck. He's a good guy. Lost his sight in a swoop bike accident a few years ago, but even blind, he's a great leader. Not like that traitor Brezhik. Before he took over the Vulkars, he was a Hidden Bek. Gadden considered that ungrateful space slug his adopted son.
Wow. So the new leader of the Vulkers used to be a member of the Hidden Beks, who are led by a blind guy. It's actually quite funny. But I'm kind of curious, why did Brejik leave the Hidden Beks?
When Gadden went blind, everyone figured he'd step down and appoint Brejik in his place. But Gadden figured Brejik wasn't ready yet. He wanted him to wait a few years. But Brejik was too impatient. He left to join the Volkers, and ever since, he's been waging a war to wipe Gadden and his Beks from the face of Terrace. This gang war in the lower city is totally the Volkers' fault. They're the ones killing everything that moves out on the streets. It's like they've gone insane.
Well, I'd say that this Gadden Thek was probably right about Brejik. He is not ready to lead, as everyone that we've talked to says that the Black Vulkers, I think they're the Black Vulkers. Anyway, the Vulkers are not a good gang. As odd as that is to say, because how can there be a good gang? Anyway, politics of today, trying to put them into Star Wars just doesn't work. I'm not going to touch on that further. Anyway, let's ask her what she knows about Calo Nord.
Calo Nord's one of the most famous bounty hunters in the galaxy. He's killed more people than the Iridian Plague. I've seen him kill people just for trying to talk to him. He hangs around Zack's bounty
You
office.
saw that too.
But I don't think he's looking for work there. All the postings there are small time, way beneath a bounty hunter of his caliber. I figure Calo's been hired by Davik to do a special job for the exchange. I'd wager 1,000 credits that as soon as the quarantine ends, he'll be getting off this rock.
Yeah, if all these bounties are too low time for him, then yeah, he'll probably get off this rock as soon as possible. Well, that's all we could ask mission of, so let's go.
You going? Yeah, this dive is pretty boring. No action around here. Come on, Big Z, let's go.
But I haven't finished eating.
Can't you think about something besides your stomach for 5 minutes? Come on. We'll go see if there's anything good to eat at the Bek base.
Bye, guys. Well, let's continue searching in this bar. What's this guy? He looks kind of interesting. What do you want, human? You come to stare like others here on Terrace? You think we are strange? We could go. I just want to ask you some questions. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you or come out. You're a freak. I just want to ask him some questions, actually. Questions? What kind of questions? What planet are you from? You couldn't say it, and you don't have the ears for it. 2 voices create the name, and 4 ears need to hear the true sound. But your kind would call our home Sorgus, small world far off the Prelemnian trade route. Okay. What kind of creature are you? In your one-voiced tongue, you would call our kind Padarug. I probably butchered that. Oh, can you tell me about your homeworld? Talking about our homeworld only makes this quarantine more difficult to bear. Forgive us, human, but we do not wish to be reminded of it. I notice your other head doesn't say much. Nothing that you would hear, at least. Oh. Interesting. So, sounds like that other head speaks in a tone that we can't hear. Let's ask him what he knows about Terrace. Nothing. You were only stopping here to get supplies when the Sith attacked. They imposed a quarantine on all ships that had landed on Terrace. Now we are stuck on a world that hates non-humans. Not a good place to be. No kidding. Good, leave us alone. We want quarantine to end so we can go back home. Yeah, he doesn't say much, does he? Looks like there's nothing much over here in this area of the bar. Got another place over here. Looks like it's dancer. Oh! If you remember, there was a bounty posted by this guy named Holden. Let's talk to him.
Huh? What? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. My attention was kind of focused on the Twi'lek dancers. Look at them waggle those head tails. I don't normally go for these alien girls, but I've had some bad experiences with my own species lately. Maybe it's time for a change. Know what I mean?
We could just flat out say, you're the guy who put a bounty on Dia's head, right? But we actually don't know who he is yet. So let's ask him, who are you?
My name's Holden. Maybe you've heard of me. I work for Vexx Gang.
You work for Vexx?
I'm one of his top couriers. Vexx's always sending me off planet to deliver and bring back packages. He knows he can trust me to follow my orders to the letter. Plus, I used to be an intergalactic customs agent, so I know all the tricks they use to catch smugglers. That gives me the edge I need on my courier runs.
That would definitely give him an edge. But you're pretty open about what you do.
It's not like it's some big secret. It's kind of hard for Vexx to keep a low profile when he belongs to a big intergalactic crime syndicate like the Exchange.
Let's come out and ask if he thinks Vexx could get us off, Terrace.
Vexx's ship is the fastest one in the entire quadrant. But even the Ebonhawk can't get off Taurus until the quarantine is lifted. The Sith fleet has the planet surrounded. Any ship leaving orbit without proper access codes will be disintegrated by the Sith auto-targeting laser cannons. And those codes are locked safely away in the military base. Vexx's pretty upset about it. His smuggling operation isn't making any money. But even with his underworld connections, he can't get his hands on those codes.
So even Vexx is stuck here. And if a intergalactic crime boss is stuck here, what hope do we have? Well, hopefully we'll find a way. Now that we know who this guy is, let's ask him. You're the guy who put the bounty on Dia's head, right?
You're here about that? I guess Zax must have mentioned me to you at the bounty office. Fair enough. I don't care who takes her out. Just so long as the job gets done. I can't let her get away with what she did. That wench tried to cut me with her vibro blade.
Why did she do that?
Because she's crazy. She started screaming that I was making advances, and the next thing I know, she's coming at me with a knife.
Yeah, right. Sounds to me like she was defending herself.
I admit I was drunk. Maybe I got a little fresh. But it was no big deal. She didn't have to cut me.
We could say, sounds like maybe you got what you deserved, or I want the bounty on Dia's head removed. Ask him, how do we collect this bounty? Or we could go back to his other questions. I'm gonna go with, sounds like you got what you deserved.
Hey, you weren't there. She totally overreacted.
We can... I think I said I want to go dark side, so... How do I collect this bounty?
Just kill Dia and then go talk to Zax. I gave him the credits for safekeeping. He'll pay you off when the deed is done.
Okay, let's go back to our other questions.
I don't want to waste my time answering a bunch of questions. I'm here to have a few drinks, watch the dancing girls, and enjoy myself. I've got to be mentally ready. Vexx got an assignment for me off-planet as soon as the quarantine ends. Fine by me. That means I get to go back to enjoying the dancing girls.
Well, this, Holden certainly seems like... Well, a lot of perv. Anyway, looks like we are actually done in this tavern for now. Guess we're gonna go continue searching around. Hidden Bek Lookout. Oh, this is the Hidden Bek base. It's not very secretive, is it? Well, I guess the Vulker's base wasn't exactly secretive. But at least these guys aren't attacking us on sight.
Hey, you can't just walk in here. This is the Hidden Bek base. How do I know you're not a Vulker spy sent to kill Gadon Thek?
Oh, we can say we're not a spy. We can say we need Gadon's help. I need to speak with him. Or I go wherever I want. Or finally, I'll be going now. I'm gonna go with I could use Gadon's help. I need to speak with him.
A lot of people want to go inside and speak to Gadon. He's a hero of the common folk. But the days of the Hidden Bek's open door policy are gone. Between the Sith conquest and the Vulker gang war, Gadon has more enemies than he used to. We're being careful about who we let in now.
Oh, doesn't she sound very condescending. We could try to bribe her. Maybe I could be an ally against those enemies. Or just, I'll go, let's try seeing if we can be an ally.
Well, we do need all the help we can get. And you don't look like you're with the Vulkars or the Sith. Besides, it's not like you can do anything to harm Gadden in the heart of his own base. Not with Zerdra watching his back.
So you're gonna let me in?
Go in and speak to Gadden if you want. Just remember to be on your best behavior. The Hidden Beks are watching you.
But are they really that hidden? I mean, we literally just walked up and like, oh, this is their base. Anyway. Ooh. We probably definitely don't want to be fighting these guys, because there is a lot of them. What's in here? Oh, a security door. Yeah, I'm just exploring around a bit. Oh, it's locked. We're not getting in there. And as you noticed, actually, Carth.
What?
You got security skills. Can you? Oh, you can unlock that. I wonder if that's gonna make everyone angry.
Damn.
Oh, he can't do it.
Damn.
He's not good enough. Alright, I guess we'll just continue exploring ourselves. Or not that way. Oh, I guess this is Gadden Thek right here. Let's
Hold
talk.
it right there. Who are you? And what is your business with Gadden?
Calm down, Zerdra. Nobody's going to try anything here in the middle of our own base. It would be a suicide mission.
You're too trusting, Gadden. Brejik and his Vulkars want you dead. Anyone we don't know is a potential threat, and it's my job to make sure you're safe.
Do you want us to start attacking strangers on sight, Zerdra? Like the Vulkars do? I will never let it come to that. Now step aside and let them pass.
As you wish. You can speak to Gadden if you want, but I've got my eye on you. You try anything and you'll be vaporized before you can say Vulkar spy.
Well, it doesn't take long to say that, so if true, she's
You'll
quick
have
with
to
the trigger.
forgive Zerdra. Ever since Brejik and the Vulkars began this war against us, she's been a little overzealous in her security duties. The problems with the Sith haven't helped things. Zerdra seems to forget that I know how to look after myself. Now, how can I help you?
Right, we could say you have problems with the Sith, or I need information on those Republic escape pods that crashed into the Undercity, or just ask general questions, or bye. I'm gonna ask, you have problems with the Sith?
A foreign army invades Terrace, declares martial law, and locks down all travel to and from the planet? You damn well bet I have a problem with that. If the Sith ever moved in down here, all the swoop gangs would unite against them. We'd use hit-and-run guerrilla tactics to pick them off. Their casualties would be enormous.
Don't fool yourself. The Sith would never commit to that kind of operation. They'd probably do something much more grand and deadly.
But so far, the Sith have stayed out of the lower city, and our strength is wasted on this stupid gang war. I tried to explain this to Brejik, but he and his Vulkars won't listen.
Well, the swoop gangs sound very reminiscent of the tactics used by the rebellion against the Galactic Empire, don't they? Well, let's ask them for information about the Republic escape pods in the Undercity.
The escape pods? You know, I heard the Sith have been asking around the upper city about them as well. But you don't look like you're with the Sith.
They
We're
might
not.
be spies, Gadden. They might be working for the Sith.
Calm down, Zerdra. If the Sith thought we knew anything useful, they'd have a battalion of troops kicking down our door. No, I think this off-worlder has his own agenda.
We do. And we could say, don't worry, I'm not working with the Sith, or do you know anything about this or not? I'm going to be a bit impatient.
I suppose I could tell you what I know. It's not like it could do any harm to me or my gang. But it might cause problems for the Vulkars, and that's okay in my book. The Vulkars stripped those pods clean within hours after they landed. It's too bad we didn't get there first, considering what my spies reported the Vulkars found.
Oh.
A female Republic officer named Bastila survived the crash.
Bastila.
We Beks don't believe in intergalactic slavery, but the Vulkars aren't so picky. They took her prisoner.
Bastila's a slave? What will happen to her now, or I have to get in there and rescue her. I'm gonna go with Aski Bastel as a slave.
Normally, the Vulkars would take a captured slave and sell them for a nice profit to Davik, or an off-world slaver. But a Republic officer is no ordinary catch.
I still think Bastila is just a Republic officer. That could work to our advantage. Maybe she'll even figure out a way to escape from the Vulkar base on her own.
She's too valuable to leave with the Vulkar scum at the base. Brejik's probably got your Republic friend hidden away somewhere safe until the big swoop race. You'll never find her.
We can go... There has to be some way you can help her, or... Ask swoop race? What does this have to do with it? I'm kinda curious what this swoop race has to do with it, actually.
I'm afraid your friend has become a pawn in Brejik's game to take over the lower city. He's offered her up as the Vulkar's share of the prize in the annual swoop gang race. By putting up such a valuable prize, Brejik hopes to win the loyalty of some of the smaller gangs. Their numbers will allow him to finally destroy me and my followers.
So how do you propose we go about rescuing Bastila then? Well, we can't fight all the gangs.
The only hope you have of rescuing Bastila is to somehow win the big season opener of the swoop race.
Okay, we can ask Gadden, can you help me with this? Or, how do I enter the swoop race? Or, but I don't even have a swoop bike. Well, we don't have a swoop bike, so I'm not gonna say that one.
I might be able to help you with this, if you'd be willing to help us. We both have something to gain here, and much to lose.
Now, we can ask him, what is he proposing? Or, I might help, if the price is right. Or, I don't work with gangs, Gadden. Finally, how do I know I can trust you? I'm kinda curious what he's proposing.
The swoop race is for the lower city gangs only. I could sponsor you as a rider for the Hidden Beks this year. If you win the race, you'll win your friend's freedom. But first, you have to do something for me. My mechanics have developed an accelerator for a swoop engine. A bike with the accelerator installed can beat any other swoop out there. Ooh. But the Vulkars stole the prototype from us. They plan to use it to guarantee a victory in this year's swoop race. I need you to break into their base and steal it back.
How am I supposed to get inside the Vulkar base? Or, how do you know I'll live up to my... How do I know you'll live up to your end of the bargain? Or, forget it, I'm not interested. I'm kinda curious how we're gonna know they'll live up to their end.
My word is my bond. Everybody in the lower city knows my reputation. Besides, you really don't have a choice. I'm your only ticket into the swoop race.
Let's ask him how he supposes we're gonna get in.
Getting into the Vulkar base won't be easy. The front doors are locked tight. But I know someone who might be able to get you in the back way. Mission Vale.
Whoa, Mission?
Gadden, you can't be serious. She's just a kid. How is she supposed to help them with this?
Mission's explored every step of every back alley in the lower city. Plus, she knows the undercity sewers better than anyone. If anyone can get inside the Vulkar base, it's her.
Now we can ask just simply, where can I find her? Or, is there anyone else who can help me? I kind of liked the way Mission kind of handled those Vulkars. And who knows, maybe if we have Mission help us, we can also get that Zalbar or Zalbag, Big Z, help us out. And who doesn't want a big Wookiee watching their back?
She and her Wookiee friend Zalbar are always looking to stir up a little excitement. They like to go exploring in the Undercity, despite the dangers. Your best bet is to look for her in the Undercity, but you'll need some way past the Sith guard post at the elevator.
We can say I've got some Sith uniforms to disguise myself, or I got past the upper city guard, no problem. We do have those Sith uniforms still.
A simple disguise might have worked on the upper city guard, but the security down here is much tougher. You'll need the proper papers to get past him. Luckily, my gang ambushed one of the Sith patrols headed down to the Undercity. They never made it, and their security papers fell into my hands. Ooh. Since we're working together now, I suppose I could give them to you in exchange for your uniforms. With the security papers, you won't need a disguise anyway.
That's true. But I'm kind of curious what he wants the Sith uniforms for.
I like to be prepared. Eventually, the Sith are going to try to drive us out of the Undercity.
Probably.
Sith disguises might give my people the edge we need in a crucial battle.
That's true. they can get information that way too. Okay, we'll trade the uniforms for these papers. They seem a little bit more useful anyway.
Good choice. Thanks for the uniforms. You won't need them with these security papers anyway. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm kind of curious. We can ask him some questions now.
Your time would probably be better spent going after the prototype swoop engine the Vulkars stole from us. But I'll answer your questions if I can.
We can ask him point blank, what's with his freaky eyes? Or we could be a little bit nicer and ask, is there something wrong with your eyes? I'm going to be a little nicer because we are in their house and surrounded by them.
Very tactful. Are you itching for a fight or something?
How dare you? I should kill you where you stand.
Calm down, Zerdra. I'm not ashamed of what I've become. As you can see, I lost my eyes in a swoop racing crash. I rely on these artificial replacements to see now. But my blindness was not the worst consequence of my accident. My affliction was what eventually led to this war between my Beks and the Vulkars.
What do you mean?
When I lost my sight in the swoop bike accident, everyone assumed I would step down as leader of the Hidden Beks and let Brezhik, my most trusted follower, take over. But with my ocular implants, I can still see well enough to lead this gang, and I knew Brezhik wasn't ready to take over yet. Unfortunately, Brezhik didn't agree with me. In a rage, he left to join our arch-rivals, the Black Vulkars. A lot of the younger gang members followed him, and soon he and his followers had taken control of the Vulkar gang.
Why start a gang war with the Beks? Or, it sounds like Brezhik is acting like a spoiled brat. I'm going with that one because it's kind of true.
Brezhik is a proud man. My decision was a public humiliation for him. Maybe if I had stepped down, this gang war could have been avoided.
Don't fool yourself, Gadden. Brezhik wants to control the lower city gangs. If you'd stepped down, he'd have led the Beks against the Vulkars. He wanted this war, one way or another.
I know you're right, Zerdra. Brezhik won't rest until I am dead and the Beks are no more. But it's hard to accept the truth of his betrayal.
I'm kind of in agreement from everything I've heard so far.
Your time would...
We could ask him about his problems with the Sith, where we could find Mission again. Why are the... ask about the gang war, which we kind of already know, or... I'm kind of curious about this fourth option. Is there any way off this planet?
Not while the Sith quarantine is in place. Even the fastest smuggler ships can't break the blockade of the fleet surrounding the planet without the proper launch codes. Any ship leaving the Terrace atmosphere without the proper codes would be instantly disintegrated by blaster cannons, fired by the Sith fleet's automated targeting systems.
Yeah, that kind of coincides with what we
Feel
already
free to
know.
come back anytime. We're not like those Vulkar savages. Strangers are welcome in the Bek base.
Okay. I'm kind of curious if there's anything else here. Oh, control room's all locked up. Can't get in there. Ooh. Goodies. What's in here? Grenade, med packets, more monies, more peoples, and I think that's all we can explore about in this space, unfortunately. Okay, now. At this point, I think I am going to end the video as there's not much more we could do without continuing the story, if I remember correctly. But we are going to need to go find where Mission is. And I think we'll do that and continue exploring the lower city in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a great day.